After I spoke to General Mtombeni through PC's phone, General Mtombeni said, hey, we are busy. Just talk to Brigadier Shibiri, and then maybe she will come and assist you guys there. That's what I forgot to add after after Khan. And then the second one is after Pakula's arrival that we cordoned off the scene. And then the third one, just to clear the alleged argument between Boysen's guys and us, myself and Warrant Officer Makhane. That's what I think I forgot yesterday. Thanks, Chair.
You have not substantiated the last point.
Or the arrival of Boysen's Sector Baki. We spoke to them. They said, guys, we are attending to a complaint that there's a hijack or you guys are bogus. Can you please identify yourselves? We identified ourselves, and then they were happy, and they spoke to their control room in our presence that there is no hijack, these guys are genuine, are not bogus cops. So everything is in order, plus already the driver of the truck is going to be arrested. So the argument that is being said was that there was a misunderstanding between us and them, that where are we going to detain or where are we going to book the consignment. So we said, we think because we started in Alberton, this thing started in Alberton, we will go back to Alberton. They said, no, we can't go to Alberton. It is happening now. You opened it in our area, in Boysen's. So we'll have to book them here in Boysen's. Then we agreed. We said, no problem. In any way, there was no plan of going to Alberton. It was just that we thought because we started in Alberton, we will end up in Alberton. So it was just to clear that, because it was like we had a plan of going to Alberton or something like that. Thanks, Chair. Thanks, Commissioners.
Thank you, Chief Mashaba.
Thank you, Chief. Chief, there's another aspect. The first one that you raised about PC Mawela, General Mawela, is that the provincial commander?
Commissioner.
Because the provincial commissioner is Ntombeni.
Oh.
Before Mtombeni.
At the time, okay. So what was, because you referred to Ntombeni as PC, what was he at the time?
2021, General Mawela was the PC.
And
General Mtombeni was the Major General, second in charge of
the province.
Yeah, of Mawela. After Mawela went on retirement, General Mtombeni took over. He
Okay.
is now the PC.
And then you said you were advised to contact Brigadier Shabiri.
I was not advised.
Okay.
I'm saying I spoke to General Mawela. I called General Mawela. General Mawela he said, I'm chairing a meeting. He gave the phone to General Mtombe. General Mtombe said, what is the problem? I said, no, we're having a problem here. There's a general here, Barge Khan, he's harassing us. He said, what is the problem? I said, we were following on information of drugs, of a truck carrying drugs. Well, he said to me, okay, we are busy. Let me give you Shibiri, talk to Shibiri. On one phone, General Mawela's phone. Then I spoke to Shibiri. Shibiri said, okay, where are you guys? I said, Aeroton. Then they said, General Mtombeni said, Shibiri will come there and check what's happening and assist where possible.
And did you speak to Brigadier Shabiri?
I didn't see him. He didn't arrive.
Okay.
I didn't see him.
Thank you. So that's what you want to clarify or include as part of your statement?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Chair.
Ms. Nobe, you asked, did you speak to Brigadier Shibiri? Do you mean at the scene or on the phone?
Both. At the scene and on the phone, and you say he didn't come to the scene. Over the phone?
On the phone, General Mtombeni said Shibiri will come. Then he gave the phone to Shibiri. Then Shibiri asked me, where are you guys? I said, we are in Aeroton. He said, oh, okay, I'm coming. But I'm saying on the scene, I didn't see him. He didn't come.
Okay, thank you.
May I just, before we start, Chief Mashaba, are you able to tell us in full, as fully as possible, what your duties are? Happily, you still hold the same position you held then. So tell us what your duties, to the extent that there may have been changes, you may touch on that. Just tell us as fully as possible what your duties are or were.
As we speak, or the duty of me in my position, or a duty of a traffic officer? Chair.
I prefer to say your duties. If they entail also doing duties as a traffic officer, you can tell us that as well. But I just want to know what your duties as chief inspector were.
Well,
and to the extent that maybe you may forget, I'll even ask that you give us a document that sets them out.
well, I don't have.
No, I know you don't. That may follow. That may follow today's hearing. That may come after today's hearing.
Oh, okay. Maybe let me start with. Because I think it is proper that maybe I clarify certain things.
Yes.
Because there is, maybe it's a perception of, or a confusion that a traffic officer cannot do law enforcement. Or a traffic officer cannot.
Don't preempt that, and maybe when you are being probed further, you may then address the perceptions. But what I want you to do is to itemize as fully as possible everything that fell within the purview of your functions and indeed even your powers as at July 2021? Yes. Please, as fully as possible. And if that includes your involvement in what you just mentioned now, in the context of what you say are misperceptions, you may add that in the itemization. Do you follow me?
I get you, Commissioner.
Please then, let's have the itemization.
Okay, let me say in 2021, the acting DD that I was in charge of, I was second in charge of the district, Sidibeng, heading 4 offices. That is Ratanda, that is Heidelberg Weybridge, that is Heidelberg region, and Vereeniging region. Meaning the four were reporting to me. I would go and inspect the offices. I will go and attend meetings in the district with the police, district office in Vereeniging, and come back and brief the heads of the offices, that is Vereeniging, Heidelberg Weybridge. And well, Ratanda is just a satellite small station because it's small. So my duty, is to monitor the performance of the offices, the 3 offices, to attend to complaints of the members, to hold meetings with the offices and address challenges thereof.
If that is the fullness of the description of your position at the time, it sounds more like a managerial position. Is that a correct description?
I can say DD is brigadier level in the police.
Yes.
Yes. So it's managerial.
Thank you.
Yes.
Can you please zoom in on the misperceptions you alluded to, or misperception singular that you alluded to?
Well,
regarding law enforcement, as you said.
well, following the events in the commission, I could hear there is a separation in SAPS and traffic. So I think it is maybe proper that I put to the commission that there is no difference in being a traffic officer and being a policeman, because we work under one boss, that is the state, but given different duties.
I think what's crucial is exactly the difference in duties. Tell us those differences.
I'm still,
Thank you, thank you. Sorry for interrupting you then,
Okay.
Chief Mashaba.
we are given a traffic officer. Let me say a traffic officer is a policeman specializing in roads. That is our key responsibility. Roads, I mean accidents, road safety, and everything that comes with roads. And what gives us the authority and power, it's the act now as law enforcement officials and peace officers that we also have a mandate to fight crime. So I think that what gives us the power and the authority to, from time to time, work with the police in fighting crime.
Is this a blanket power or is it restricted in any way? Can you do any and everything that members of SAPS are empowered to do?
Yes, I can do.
Any and every with no restriction whatsoever.
Yes, I can do, Chair, except investigating a docket. That and I don't have the power over. But other than that, as a law enforcement official, it does not mean when I see, for an example, crime in progress, let's say rape, I can turn a blind eye. I cannot turn a blind eye. And I cannot just turn a blind eye because I don't work with rapes. It's not my line of duty, but it's crime in progress. I cannot just turn a blind eye. But when I'm with the police, jointly working, the protocol dictates that the police will take the lead. I will be playing the supporting role.
You referred to, I hope I'm not interrupting you.
No.
All right. You referred to an act that sets out your duties. What act are you referring to?
I wanted to be very careful because I'm talking to law gurus here. I cannot preach gospel to the bishop. We are empowered by Criminal Procedure Act 334, Act 51 of 1977. It gives us the power now as the peace officers to can fight crime.
Any other act?
Well, other acts are following it. I'm talking now the powers to fight or to prevent crime prevention. That's where we fall in. Other acts will be more on traffic.
So basically, on your point, that there's a misperception that you cannot fight crime. Your reliance is on the Criminal Procedure Act.
Yes, Chair.
Nothing else. Because you then say there are other acts that relate to traffic matters. So that's not general, and that's not addressing what you refer to as a misperception. So
No.
it's just the Criminal Procedure Act, and for the rest, it's
It's traffic.
Traffic, acts relating to traffic,
Yes.
traffic matters.
The one that gives me power and authority is this criminal procedure. That's the one.
Is the Criminal Procedure Act not more process-related rather than, how should I put it? For example, I know that around the sections around the 20s, there are powers with regard to arrest and things like those. Is that the sort of powers you are talking about, or what other powers in the Criminal Procedure Act are you talking about?
Yes, that's the powers I'm talking about.
Okay. Now, what I want to get an idea of is, would you, for example, of your own accord, go around investigating crimes, not arresting now, in terms of the Criminal Procedure Act, and not about traffic matters? So would you go around, for example, of your own accord, investigating matters like murder, robbery, of your own accord?
No.
No.
Hence I'm saying,
What restricts you? What circumscribes your powers?
hence I'm saying maybe when I said dockets, investigating dockets, that's what I...
Let's say there's no docket at this stage, but you want to find out if a murder has been committed. You want to find out if an armed robbery has been committed. There is no docket. A docket will only come into existence once indeed it has been found that a crime appears to have been committed, and then a docket is open. So I'm asking you about pre all of that. Would you, of your own accord, just leave your house and say, I'm going to investigate if a murder was committed, if an armed robbery was committed? Would you do that?
Specifically, not that I can, out of my own way, go investigate a murder, but if it is brought to my...
Or an armed robbery.
I can hear you, Chair.
I'm saying or an armed robbery.
Or an armed robbery.
Yeah, you would not do that, you say.
I would not do that. I will I will report to SAPS.
Okay. Before you move on, thank you about the point about reporting to SAPS. And before you move on to the unless, because you heard unless, what circumscribes your powers? What is it that stops you from investigating the armed robbery or the murder?
Remember, Chair, I said in the beginning, I am a policeman specializing
Yes, okay.
in traffic-related matters.
So what circumscribes your powers is the very fact that you are a traffic officer, and therefore in terms of the legal prescripts that you said relate to traffic officers, you are expected to work within that lane, the lane created by those prescripts. So that's what circumscribes your powers, correct?
Correct, sir.
Okay.
Chair.
Now you had unless you were saying you would not of your own accord just investigate a murder or an armed robbery unless. What did you want to say? Do you still remember?
I think I was cancelling the unless.
You are cancelling unless.
I cancelled the unless.
So you are saying what you would rather do if you believe that a murder or armed robbery has been committed, you would report to SAPS.
If it is brought to my attention or knowledge, yes, I must do something as a law enforcement official. Step